Greetings, fellow humans. I'm MartianBuu, and today I have for you Recombobulator Evenlock. This is a lot like regular Evenlock, except we're running Recombobulator to transform our Goldshire Gnoll into another random 10-cost minion. Normally, when you play your Goldshire Gnoll, you trade it into some small thing, and it ends up being like a 5-1 or something. But with Recombobulator, once you've done that, you turn it into another random 10-cost. You can low roll with something like Dark Moon Rabbit occasionally, but almost every roll is pretty good, and certainly better than a 5-1. Originally, I saw some people playing this in Painlock, and I thought it would be just some silly thing to do for fun, so I threw it in an Evenlock list. But I'm actually not certain that it's a full-on meme. I think that it might actually be a good thing to do. The core of Evenlock is so strong that a lot of your other cards can be situational choices, and Recombobulator not only makes your Goldshire Gnoll a much spookier threat, it can also heal a giant in a pinch, and with the way that this list is built, you have other 6-cost targets that are normally a 2-2 or a 3-2, but could be something like Kartut Defender or Reckless Rocketeer. For the mulligan, we're going to keep Anetheron and Goldshire Gnoll against everything. Of the early threats, Anetheron is the easiest one to get out, and if you're going second against aggro, you can play this on 3, and then also play something like Defile or Drain Soul. Goldshire Gnoll is a threat against slower things and an answer against early things. It's always good. Keep Recombobulator with Goldshire Gnoll. I have been having too much fun with it, so I end up keeping Recombobulator in hopes of getting Goldshire Gnoll. I can't imagine that's correct. If you're looking to win the most games, I would only keep that if you already have Goldshire Gnoll in hand. But if you're crazy like me, you can just keep it and hope for the best. Against just about everything, you want to keep Mountain Giant and Dark Alley Pact. Evenlock wins by establishing pressure and threatening Battlemaster lethals all game. So you want to have Mountain Giant and Dark Alley Pact early on. The times where you don't want to keep it are against board-based aggro decks like Pirate Warrior. Against decks like that, you're often not going to be able to play a Mountain Giant or a Dark Alley Pact on the turn that you want to, because you have to spend the turns before that removing their pirates from the board. So your Mountain Giant will be too expensive to play, and your Dark Alley Pact will not produce a minion that's worth having. You can play your threats again later once your opponent starts to slow down in the mid-game. Against aggro, you want to keep Defile more than anything else. That is your big, easy board clear early on. Drain Soul is good for removing priority 3 health targets like Cannon, Cannoneer, Attendant, and Shadow Priest. If you don't have a Drain Soul, I would consider keeping a Dark Bomb, because while it doesn't heal you, it does remove the threat still. If you have the Drain Soul already, Dark Bomb's not that great, so you could toss it. Some card choices. I have a much slower Evenlock list than normal, and the reason for that is a lot of greedier lists are kind of popping up. Most notably Reno Shaman. There's been a lot of Reno Shaman going around near me on ladder, and with the more efficient low to the ground list, they tend to just barely outvalue me every time. Same thing goes for like Reno Evenlock. They have all that late game gas, so once they've cleared your board a few times, you don't have anything else to play against them. So much of the power of this deck is in your early Mountain Giant, Goldshire Gnoll, Anetheron things that you can afford to allocate some of your other spots to a responsible amount of greed. So to make the Gul'dan work, we're running Abyssal Summoner. That is not just gas for a Gul'dan, but it's also a threat on its own. This almost always creates an 8/8 or a 9/9. Demonic Assault is a card that is almost just worth running on its own merits. 4 mana for deal 3 damage and summon 2 Voidwalkers is a really good anti-aggro card. And even if you haven't been able to get an Abyssal Summoner in the pool, this will add some taunts to protect your face when you play Gul'dan later. Dark Alley Pact and Anetheron are demons, so they will be resummoned by the Gul'dan as well. You won't need a late game Gul'dan against a lot of things, but it has been handy as a closer even in like Pirate Warrior and Painlock matchups. Entitled Customer is in here just because of Painlock. Painlock would be the Dark Lair shell without Dark Lair in it that has risen in popularity recently, and they still run Flesh Giants and Loatheb. Because this deck doesn't have access to Broom, because it's even, you need a way to interact with the Giants on the Loatheb turn. So Entitled Customer does a really good job of that. The way this deck is set up, you have more gas than the opponent does with the 2 Entitled Customers and the additional threats in the Gul'dan. Don't go face with your Giants, because that will activate their Molten Giants. Just try to set up a Battlemaster OTK with your own threats, and if that doesn't work, you win in the late game because this deck is more threat dense. So if both players are spending all of their time clearing each other's giants, you'll come out on top. I do not have Encumbered Pack Mule in here. It's kind of a high roll card because you're always trying to keep a really large hand size to have cheap giants and big threats. once you get past turn 3 or 4, your Encumbered Pack Mule will usually be the 10th card you draw, which means it hasn't copied itself, which means you're running a 2-mana 2/3 with Taunt. What's nice about this is it allows you to play a Netheron a turn early, and it also gives your Entitled Customer and your Spice Bread Baker a little bit more guaranteed value later on if you did have to dump your hand. But I don't think you want too many high roll cards in a deck, and we're already running Recombobulator to high roll with Goldshire Gnoll. Finally, we don't have Spice Bread Baker. I do think that Encumbered Pack Mule, Customer, and Baker are kind of a package in that Pack Mule gives them that guaranteed value later on, but we're really only running Customer for exactly the Painlock matchup, and your hand's going to be full all game anyway against them. Baker is kind of fair for healing. I do really like it in the Gnolls version, but I don't know that Tempo Evenlock needs it as much. That about covers everything. I've been having a ton of fun with this deck recently. For something that feels so memey, it's been doing really well. I've climbed into top 20 with it over the past couple of days. I think this is the right mix of just silly fun and actual competitive strength, so maybe you'll have some fun with it too. Remember to subscribe and comment for more Martian videos. I hope you enjoy the games, and thanks for watching. I really want to play some Vaxadread Rogue deck. Any suggestions? Waxadread? I guess you could do the Dragon Rogue combo. No, because that messes up your Death Rattle thing. I guess you'd have to do Shuffle Rogue then. I'm surprised it doesn't bypass taunts too. At least there's that. You're surprised? I'm not surprised. The bypassing taunts one seemed like a unique to Kane thing. Opponent is considering the matter of hitting me in the face with a Kobold Librarian. I think because I'm Evenlock, you can do it. If I was Glare, I probably wouldn't do it. It's like, what am I even doing to you with my Molten Giants? They can't broom. Bones!
More bones to knock.
Bones.
More bones to gnaw on.
In any case, I have 3 Mr. Smites. Please nerf Liz.
It's playtime. More bones to gnaw.
Bones. Double bones.
Bones to gnaw on. You here for the tour? Me.
You know what would have been a swell card to draw? Recombobulator.
No.
That's not Recombobulator.
More bones to gnaw.
Bones. Alright. Looks like we will not be recombobulating any bones this game. Do we have a customer in hand? No. So we're actually in somewhat of a spooky position. I remember Potion of Madness Recombobulator combo. It was so perfect back then. Time runs out! Alright, so we're going to draw a Recombobulator. This is going to be Mr. Smite, and then we're going to win. First combo I remember playing was Owl into Watcher. You thought it was so clever. Yeah, Owl Watcher is incredibly wholesome gameplay. You are defenders of a doomed world. No need to broom. I never kill you from here. Not without my Recombobulator. Sag. He's huge. Alright, so they are without Battlemaster, which is a good sign. There's the Recombobulator. Makes me kind of want to recombobulate this. I think Responsible Martian always sends it here. What about Irresponsible Martian? Time runs out. So we only have to survive a little bit longer. We actually, if they hadn't done that, we actually have to so shoot this. Defile. This takes 3. Yeah, I never get to keep my ticketus. I can play this thing. Let's see. If I do this and this, this will cost 5? It's not lethal, right? Ever?
A bargain forged in blood and shadow. My cards are depleted!
Renee playing Diablo, so funny. Got him! I think I have a golden copy, so 1600 is not the end of the world. I had to craft both golden. What did it cost you? Everything. It was worth it though. Like, I think not only is Recombobulator like, it interacts with a card that I already thought was really fun. Like, I think Gnoll is just a really silly card in the way that it talks. It is a fun card in the way that, like, its mechanics are fun and nostalgic. So it interacts with a card that I already love. And on top of that, I have nostalgia for Recombobulator because I used to run it in Handlock way back in the day just to heal giants. Get some dusts with next week nerfs. What is it? Garrett. What else is getting nerfed? Snowflipper Penguin. Renee thinks Snowflipper Penguin is getting nerfed. What do you guys think?
I mean, it's a serious card to contest against, I think.
You definitely have to keep Snowflipper Penguin from being too meta. I don't have Golden Questline Mage. I don't have Golden Garrots. Oh, Renew's getting buffed. I see. Hey, that prevents me from doing this. I wanted to do this.
I don't have enough mana.
Am I about to coin to not overdraw?
Your hopes
Am I gonna need my coin later? I don't think so. I can tap with that extra mana? I'm sure I could, yeah.
You here for the tour?
So silly that, like, yeah, that's a nutty race that was Neophyte, Neophyte, Potato. Lothep.
I got this.
But we'll have the customer.
Behold
Fur.
my gratitude.
Resubbed for a month. They've been subbed for 2 months. Been loving the stream. Aw, thank you so much, friend. I appreciate that. Both for the sub and for the kind words.
Muzzle their magic. Food? I need it.
Defile clears everything. The sag is that I can't actually play a new threat alongside this defile.
I wonder.
Do we have any demons in the pool yet? A Netheron, and that's it? Depending on what they do, I might go Alley Pact this next turn. Just because I know they have a Lotheb, and this can be cast regardless. Would I rather do this? Yeah.
Look what I brought.
Alright, so I do that, and then this becomes a good thing, maybe. Cool. If things get too out of hand, we just tap customer next turn. Otherwise, I think we're going to tap Pact
More bones
Assault.
to gnaw on.
Obviously, I'm never miss.
Whew. That was a big old pirate shot. We've got to get rid of, like, all of it, right?
Muzzle their magic.
Okay, that helps.
It's playtime.
We now have 2 customers, so I think we'll just use one here because it clears everything.
Are you gonna clean that up?
They forgot to swing with Molten. No, they're trying to keep my Moltens from being online.
Here for the tour?
In these decks, like the way you beat your opponent is you get enough giants to stick, and then you battle master your opponent in 1 turn. If your opponent's health is too low, they just get to play their giants easier. So they'll like play a free giant. Like for me, that's entitled customer, play Molten Giant. For them, that's Molten Giant Broom.
Are you gonna clean that up?
I'm running low on cards.
Easy second customer, I know, right?
Win this time.
Yeah.
Gul'dan versus
Let's
Granda.
go fly a kite
You give me strength.
up
I
to
will
the
not be
highest
denied.
heights. Has it been 20 years since I've seen Mary Poppins?
We have turned our curse into our strength. Job done.
Ooh. Ooh. We have options, though. I think I just play this, to be honest. Feels a little bad because I want to do the Recombobulator combo, but like I have this and then that already. So it's not like I really need to Recombobulate, but I do enjoy doing it. I'll miss you, Mountain Giant. Ew. Alright, so I guess the play here is this.
Are you gonna clean that up?
I could kill it by shooting 3 things at it.
Look what I brought.
Big Priest snooze. This is a little snooze, isn't it? I have had worse Big Priest encounters, though. It seems to be going relatively okay so far. So they didn't hit Cahoon. Better than almost everything else right now? I don't know if I agree with that. It's certainly better than Odd Hunter and Celestial Alignment and Ignite Mage. Other than those, I think I have more fun in almost every matchup that's not this one.
Look what I brought.
Shields up!
Oh no. Nice game. Regards. Thank you.
More bones to gnaw.
Bones.
More bones to gnaw on.
Sag. This is almost worse than Dark Moon Rabbit. Let's see.
Strike! Then strike harder.
Nice Recombobulator, yeah. It's the perfect Recombobulator. Don't tell our opponent that we have a bunch of burst damage in our hand. Hey, you weren't supposed to do that. You weren't supposed to do that. Never hits this. Oh, cool. It actually didn't. Come on. No. This is definitely a game where drawing Gold Dancing would be sweet. Ooh. Easy 2 void blockers. That wasn't that bad. You're outvaluing a Big Priest for now. For now. Hopefully we don't get too many Voidwalkers. That's a lot of Voidwalkers. That was like all the Voidwalkers. Yo, that was kind of cool. The hysteria, like mass hysteria, didn't do much. Voidwalkers were clutch. Good job, Voidwalkers. Now we just go to draw the other Battlemaster. Battlemaster? That's not Battlemaster. Wait. No. I was gonna be very mad at myself. How old am I? Younger than Illidan. Older than a mosquito.
It is finished. You
We're actually 2-0 against Big Priest with this list.